YouTube, TikTok, Twitch, or Kick, make sure you hit that follow button. Make sure you subscribe. And of course, if you want to get in on our fantasy football mock draft, we are going to share it with you. So make sure you guys are hitting us up. We will share it with you, share a link, so you guys can participate every single day. Now, today's mock draft is a little different than what we've done in the past few. We are doing a fantasy football auction mock draft. That's right. Maybe some of you guys don't do auction draft leagues. If you don't, you are missing out. The fantasy football mock draft is outstanding. So, the mock draft is it's going to go off in 1 second. All that said, we are going to do that mock draft right now. But if you guys want to get in on it, just a few more seconds. We have a few more spots. 2 more spots are open. So if you want to get in on this fantasy football mock draft, there is time, everybody. We're going to do it in about 2 minutes or so. But this is an auction draft. If you don't do auction drafts, they're really competitive, a lot of fun. It's going to be an 8-man league. And for those who are just curious, 8-man PPR auction draft league. This is PPR. It's an 8-man league. Now, so you guys are aware, we're going to have the nominating phase up at 30 seconds. We're going to have the bidding phase at 10 seconds. We're going to be quick on the bidding. Okay, guys? That way this doesn't take a long period of time, so those that are watching the video don't have to watch you guys just twiddling your thumbs. It means you got to be ready. You got to be quick. So on the offering phase, nomination, 30 seconds. Offering phase, 10 seconds. 8-team PPR auction draft. Okay? So we don't need an order. That doesn't matter. We have 8 teams right now that are man leagues. Sorry, 6 of the 8 right now. We have a human behind them. We have 2 auto drafters right now. So we'll see. We'll give people just another couple of seconds. If you guys want to get in on this fantasy football mock draft, it's an auction draft. Make sure you DM us, Fumble Sports on Instagram right now. Or if you're watching on YouTube, Twitch, or Kick, there should be a link pinned in the stream. Hit that. Go claim the team. So this is going to be an 8-team PPR auction draft, okay? One more time. You get 30 seconds to nominate, 10 seconds to make your bids. Otherwise, you get shut out. We are going to be drafting right now, everybody. Right now. Everybody ready to go? Looking like we have 6 final teams, 6 human teams, 2 autos. Everybody ready? Everybody set? Let's get mocking. And we are underway in our draft. So, Team 1 nominates Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase is projected to get go for $56. Now, one thing that I've told you guys about, the auto drafting teams are brutal in a mock draft, in an auction draft, because they will automatically go to the level that is preset prior to the draft. If you have a couple of people in your auction draft who can't make it on time, bid bad players early. Literally, sucker them into taking someone that they don't want to take. Sucker the bot in. So at $56, Bobby Jr., you're going to get him at 57. Because unless another human bids on him, the machines will stop at 56. So Bobby Jr., he bids $57, and he goes. Bobby Jr., you got Jamar Chase. Justin Jefferson is now up. He's projected to go for $66. Is Bobby Jr. trying to get both of them? I know there are some teams that like to do that. Ben Barnes does the smart thing, bids high. Oh, interesting. We have some people going beyond what the projected value was. He's now at $69. And our two wide receivers are off the board. Jefferson goes for a little bit beyond what people thought. Bobby Jr. tried to pull that sneaky move of drafting a kicker. Backfires on him a little bit. He'll spend $3 on Justin Tucker. He's now going for $5. That's okay. This happens, by the way. This happens every now and then. People nominate the kicker thinking they're going to outsmart people, so. Next player to be nominated by C-Dog. Let's see who he wants to nominate. Haven't had a running back nominated. Christian McCaffrey, right as I say it, he's the first to go. Projected to go for $67. Bobby Jr. might be trying to get both Chase and Christian McCaffrey, in which case I'd be fine with that. I think that's a lot of capital spent on just 2 players. And by the way, Christian McCaffrey, don't you feel like he's going to get hurt? Max is passing once he hit that certain value. Right now, Team 1, the auto-drafting teams are the only ones bidding on McCaffrey. Team 2 has $67 put to him. Going once, going twice, and sold to Team 2. Jorge the GOAT is now up on the clock, nominating a player. He's going Bijan Robinson. Again, this is a PPR league, so Bijan is going to be valued, maybe a little bit beyond what he should be. $44, $45, $46. He's going for 47. I'll go to 48. He goes to 49. My breaking point was $50. Frost has him if he wants him. Going once, going twice, and Bijan Robinson goes for $49. I wasn't willing to break that $50 threshold. That's what held me back. Patrick Mahomes, next player to be nominated. He right now is going for $40. Team 1 bids. Jorge the GOAT. $37, $38. Team 1 goes to 40. Will anyone go to 41? Going once, twice. Team 1 has Patrick Mahomes. Only 3 players remain with all of their cash. Jorge the GOAT, Ben Barnes, and Fumble Sports. Austin Eckler going for $66 prior to the draft. I'll bid at 67. Let's see if anybody challenges it. At 67, going once, twice, and I got Austin Eckler. Now my opportunity to bid a player. I'll bid Tyreek Hill. So I got Austin Eckler. I know the last auction draft that we did, I stayed the deep pocket the entirety of the draft. That is a strategy that I often like, but I really like Austin Eckler, especially in a PPR league. I don't feel like there are that many number 1 running backs in a PPR league. Austin Eckler is one of them. I was happy to make that move. He did go in at 67, tied for McCaffrey as the most expensive. Tyreek Hill goes for $50. So Ben Barnes, the only player who has not drafted someone. Keep in mind, Cooper Kupp, this is a classic case where the auto-drafting teams will take him to his highest price. So $51, Team 1 bids on him. That's perfect. Team 1's going to be knocked out. That is how you beat the algorithm. That's how you beat the auto-drafting teams in an auction draft. That is the strategy. 100% the way to approach this. If you're doing an auction draft and you see those auto-drafting teams, nominate a Cooper Kupp. Nominate a player that, frankly, will be priced high before the draft but won't have the same kind of value. Travis Kelce, projected to go for 57. It's just way too high in my estimation. You'll see the 2 auto-drafting teams are kind of bidding on him exclusively. $48, $49, now $57. Team 2. Team 1 and Team 2, by selecting Mahomes, McCaffrey, Kupp, and Kelce, really knocked themselves out for a while, so that does everyone else some good. Bobby Jr.'s turn to nominate a player. Everybody has a player except Ben Barnes. Ben Barnes is the last player to draft anybody. He is the deepest pocket. Devontae Adams, next player up on the board. He's going for $44 prior to the draft. Again, we're doing a mock draft that's an auction draft, PPR league. So for all of those who like auction drafts, I'm certainly a big fan of it. You can learn a lot at the bidding prices that go out here. Anyone going for $44? Team 1 did. Again, this is how you beat the auto drafting. Devontae Adams goes to Team 1. He really doesn't have a lot of cash left. Sea-Dog looking to nominate a player. Who's Sea-Dog going to nominate? Time's up. Auto-nominate. Stephon Diggs. So now it's going to get interesting pretty soon because these auto-drafting teams pretty soon won't have the money. So then it becomes human on human. Who is going to actually offer the money? Wow, $42. So $1 above what he was projected to go for. Jorge the GOAT trying to pair Tyreek Hill and Stephon Diggs, have 2 top wide receivers. That's what he does. Not sure I'm crazy about that. You spent almost half your money, $92 on those 2 players. Jorge the GOAT now nominating a player. Jonathan Taylor. I'm curious to know when Ben Barnes is going to get into the draft. Kind of seeing a back and forth here. Team 2 gets involved. Frost getting involved. Frost. He's now at 42. I go at 43. He's now at 47. Sea-Dog's taking him at $50. That's above his projected value just by $1. That way he outbid some of those auto drafters. Sea-Dog has his running back. He's got Taylor to go with Jefferson and Tucker. That's pretty solid. Yeah, I'll bet the $2 on the 49ers defense. Sure. By the way, this is what happens when you put up or nominate a kicker or a defense too early. People will overspend on them. So it may seem like a cute little move. It actually ends up backfiring more often than not. You're spending $6 on a kicker, or on a defense rather. That's too much. Like, that's just a bad pick. I know you got it, and yeah, Bobby Jr., you may be happy you got your defense, but frankly, it's spending too much, and that may be really valuable towards the end of a draft. So, some people would think it's nice to get that position sorted out. I think you better do it at $3 or less. Saquon Barkley, going once. I'll bid $48 on Saquon. I'm willing to take my 2 running backs. I think Saquon, now that it's resolved, he could have a good year. Done. I got my 2 running backs. Normally, that's not how I approach it. It's how I'm approaching it this year. I'll nominate Derrick Henry now that I have my 2 running backs, not someone I'm going to bid on. I'm approaching this auction draft differently than I did the last time we did it. I actually wanted these 2 running backs. I kind of had in my mind in a PPR auction draft, Eckler and Barkley. Those were kind of the 2 that I had on my mind. Jonathan Taylor was up there as well, but wasn't going with the traditional players. Sea-Dog. He's got a big bid of $46. He gets Derrick Henry. Team 1 nominating A.J. Brown. Brown was going for $42 prior to the mock draft. Let's see if it stays at 42. Team 1 goes to 41. Team 1 goes to 42. And Team 1 is wiped out. That's his money, so Team 1 isn't really going to be a factor the remainder of the draft. Team 2 nominates CeeDee Lamb. Expect Team 2 to go up to the $39. He's at $37 right now. Is anyone going to challenge that? Looks like no. That would not... Oh, Frost did. Interesting. I'm surprised. Last second move. Team 2 comes back at 39. That's what the projected value was. Bobby Jr. last second goes with Lamb at $40. Wow. To pair Chase and Lamb. Putting a lot of money on those wide receivers. But I guess in a PPR, not a terrible move. Andrew, this is an auction draft. So you nominate the player. We all bid on their services. If you spend the most money, you get to claim them. Bobby Jr. is the next nominator. He's going Calvin Ridley, who apparently has a bit of a foot injury. Something to keep your eye on. He is not as healthy as we would all like. $17 for Ridley, $19. $20 to Ben Barnes. I don't think anyone's going to challenge that. The foot injury has me worried. I don't think he's actually valuable in the same way that even he was 48 hours ago. Makes me a little concerned. I think he's closer to worth $18. I know it's a small amount, but Ben Barnes finally has his first player, and it's Calvin Ridley. Sea-Dog, let's see where he goes nominating the next player in our auction draft. Sea-Dog taking his time on the nominations. Okay, time is up. Nick Chubb, the next one. He goes to $43. He's at 46 now, 47. He's going above what his pre-draft value was. Jorge looking to get him. Jorge would have Hill and Diggs and Chubb, and he got him. He's only got $50 left on a max bid, $61 total. Right now, Ben Barnes is the deep pocket. Frost is next. Then Bobby Jr. Jorge the GOAT, you got to nominate somebody. Guys, don't forget to nominate people. Garrett Wilson, the next guy up. By the way, the reason I say that is the nominating process is important because you may want to hold people back. And so you may want to be more careful about who you nominate and who you don't at which spots. So Garrett Wilson, I bid $30. Going once, going twice, and sold to Fumble Sports. So I have my 2 running backs. I have 1 wide receiver. But I'm not playing the deep pocket game like I have in past auction drafts. I knew which players I wanted in this one, and I was a bit more aggressive about it. DeAndre Hopkins, next player to go. He's going for $12. Looks like Team 2 will grab him at $12. Actually, not a bad discount here. There you go. So every team has at least 2 players except Frost and Ben. We'll see if those 2 add another piece over the next few rounds. Andrew, you can join this mock draft. We do a mock draft every day. If you want to join, DM us on Instagram. That's Fumble Sports on Instagram. You can join our mock draft every single day. Jalen Waddle, I'll put in a bid at $28. And believe it or not, Fumble Sports is almost out of money. We are playing a much different strategy this time. I knew the players I wanted, went after them. It's exactly what I decided to do. I'm going to nominate Deebo Samuel. So I have 2 running backs and 2 wide receivers, but not in a great position money-wise. So I'm going to be waiting around for a majority of this draft to play out, and then I'm going to have to get smart about which players are available. I'm sure there are a number of people who are going to select the guys I nominate. Now I'm almost in a snake draft kind of situation. But if you feel strongly about the players that you want, sometimes it's worth bidding on them and just building that kind of team. Frost is taking Mark Andrews over his pre-draft value at $29. Interesting. Amon-Ra St. Brown has been nominated. I expect Ben Barnes to get in on this at some point. Team 2 has 31. Bingo. Told you. That's one of those. Ridley and Amon-Ra St. Brown are two players that at this point I know that Ben Barnes likes. I'm now getting a good sense of what kind of trends Ben Barnes is going after in our mock drafts. Bobby Jr. nominated Breece Hall. Breece Hall right now being projected at $35 pre-draft. If Dalvin Cook signs with the Jets, it's a much different value for him. Team 2 has it at $35, and Team 2 is going to get wiped out of its cash. So Teams 1, Team 2, and Fumble Sports pretty much out of capital to be able to really compete on the next, 5 to 6 rounds. And when I say rounds, I don't mean a player. I mean an entire eight rung through. Devontae Smith, next to go. Jorge the GOAT, bidding. He's projected to go at $22. Frost taking him at $20. This could be a good steal. At $20, that's a good buy. Frost is building a nice team all of a sudden. $78 left. He's got 4 good players. Liked what Frost has done so far. Jorge the GOAT, the next to go. Josh Allen, next quarterback to be bid on. Man, Bobby Jr. jumped to $30 very quickly on that. Let's see if anyone challenges it. $30. Nope, Bobby Jr. got him. So Bobby Jr. has a quarterback, 2 wide receivers, and a defense. Only has $67 left to address the running back position. Lamar Jackson, the next player nominated. $15 for Frost. He's projected to go at $27, so there could be a bit of a bidding war here. Jorge goes at $20. Frost at $21. Going back and forth between those two. Both want Lamar Jackson, clearly. Both have good teams so far. Jorge the GOAT at $24. And he goes to Jorge. Jorge's got a good squad. Nice job. Ben Barnes the next to go. Appreciate all of you guys joining us. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. Doing a auction draft right now, a fantasy football auction draft. My turn to nominate someone. And the next player that I'm going to nominate is going to be J.K. Dobbins. Now, I'm pretty much out of money, so I'm waiting around on this mock draft, just seeing how things go. Yeah, Jorge, much different strategy from me, in part because I got accused yesterday of playing my snake drafts kind of too similarly, so my auction draft, I took a completely different approach. In this auction draft, I decided to go in a much different direction. I decided there are players that I really want, spend the money, don't wait around and then end the draft with $15 left over. I liked Eckler, I liked Barkley, Wilson, and Waddle. Felt like that was a good foursome to at least build the team around. Bobby Jr. looking to add a running back. Again, I think the running back position, this I think is what's going to happen. I think a lot of people are going to go, oh, I don't want to spend the money on running backs. And then they're going to wake up middle of the draft and they're going to go, oh, damn, I don't have any running backs. or I only have one, and this team has two, this team has three. So I think that running backs are always one that may be a bit more valuable than people realize in an auction draft, and they might be coveting their capital a little too much. I admit that's something I have a tendency to do, so that's one of the reasons I went after my running backs when I did. Now that said, Ben Barnes and I have the same number of players. He has a lot more money than I do. Do I have the better lineup? We'll have to see. He's going to build out a better bench than I do. So hopefully I got good value out of the players I did, because he's saved a lot more capital to build out the rest of his roster than I did. Josh Jacobs, the next player out there. Bobby Jr. is going to go with Josh Jacobs. Going once, twice, and Bobby Jr. got him. So he finally has a running back. By the way, notice how Team 1 doesn't have a running back, and they have just got to wait through this entire draft until it almost becomes a snake draft. Joe Burrow, next to go. 4 teams have a quarterback, 4 do not. Team 2 looking to secure their quarterback. By the way, Burrow being very undervalued right here. That's a steal. At $13, that was a great pick by Team 2. He's pretty much out of money, but Sea-Dog waiting to nominate somebody. Tony Pollard, who was nominated. Sea-Dog's in the auto. Tony Pollard, let's see where he goes. Pre-draft, it was $38. You feel like he's going to be discounted right now as Jorge and Frost bid on him. Learning a lot from our mock draft. $27 is the price right now. Will anyone go to that level? The answer is no, and Frost has built a really good team, everybody. He still has more money than me. He has 2 more position players. Really strong draft by Frost. Think he's done a really great job. Hurts, Robinson, Pollard, Samuel, Devontae Smith, and Mark Andrews. Feel like Frost is having a great draft. Jorge the GOAT nominates Travis Etienne. I would think there are going to be a couple of teams that bid on him to be their 3rd running back, like Ben Barnes. Frost gets it up to, okay, his total value was set at $32. We're creeping up on that number right now. Jorge the GOAT is going to claim him at $28. Oh, no, Frost. Do you get him? Bobby Jr. got him at $27. McPherson for $3. You got a kicker. Evan McPherson. Ben Barnes going next. Ben Barnes' turn to nominate a player. Ben will nominate Aaron Jones. Let's see where he goes. The auto drafting teams feeling their way through this one. Welly, thank you so much. Mike, good strategy. Very interesting. We're really studying this auction draft to see how things go right here. Sea-Dog, who went to an auto draft, he bids on that player and gets him. Next one I'm going to give out, Christian Watson is the player I'm nominating. Pretty soon this gets to like snake draft level where people just run out of money. Team 1's down to nothing. Team 2's down to nothing. Bobby Jr.'s down to nothing. Sea-Dog is down to nothing. Jorge the Goat, he's doing okay, but he's got a lot of positions to fill. Frost as well. Ben Barnes is going to be really the one who's going to dictate everything now because he's got the deep pocket. So we're just going to be waiting on if Ben Barnes wants that player, he's going to outbid him. That's that. By the way, nothing wrong with that strategy and nothing wrong with that approach. Olave went to Frost. So once again, it really is down to Ben Barnes. If Ben wants a player, he's going to be able to get him just because he can outbid everybody else. The $1 bidding, brutal. Ben Barnes sets the max at 20. Frost can't match it. Boom. That's how you guarantee you get your player, Najee Harris. We're going to start ripping through some picks in this auction draft. Bobby Jr. nominates Kyle Pitts. Working our way through this auction draft. And Ben Barnes got him. Kyle Pitts to Ben Barnes. Ben's building a nice little team there. That's why being the deep pocket's so helpful. T. Higgins. He was about to get Najee at 10, had to bring it up. Yep, there are those people who just drag up prices to try to cut capital out of some people. You're certainly not going to hear me not speak bad of those guys. That is a very valuable person in the mock draft. T. Higgins goes to Jorge the Goat. Jahmyr Gibbs, next one. You got to think Ben Barnes is going to take him. I'm just saying it right now. I'm betting you Ben Barnes is going to bid on him and get him. I'm just letting you guys know. I'm telling you that's what's going to happen. Ben Barnes, that's what happens. It's just because he's the deep pocket. It's not anything special. It's just he's the deep pocket. And by the way, good for him. Like, no issue with that. Ben did a good job holding on to his capital. He's building a really good team. Credit him. This is, by the way, this is why going after 4 players and spending all that money, it hurts you. I understand. Between Gibbs, Stevenson, Dobbins, I mean, he's gotten 3 more players, and I've been just hamstrung by it. It's not his fault. He did a good job. He's the deep pocket. He's going to get Justin Fields as well. So we're just working our way through until Ben Barnes is done in some ways. He's at $34. He's not as deep a pocket now, but still. He's got the most he can bid on people. Waiting for Ben to nominate somebody. Keenan Allen. Passing on that. Again, if you love fantasy football mock drafts, make sure you join Fumble Sports every single day. Fumble Sports is a mock draft every single day. We're doing an auction draft right now. Cam Akers, the next player nominated. – And for $5, I'm going to take him. So I got a backup running back. DK Metcalf. You're going to see some guys go for discounted prices now. Really low. Ben Barnes. He can outbid me if he wants. But I got him, so I've got 3 wide receivers, 3 running backs. Don't like my team, but it's just the strategy I went with for this mock. Dallas Goedert going next. Working our way through this mock draft. Jorge the GOAT bids $6. And Hawkinson next. Okay, that's the steal of the draft right there. Getting TJ Hawkinson at $6, that just changed my entire team. Being able to get Hawkinson, who arguably is the number 2, number 3 tight end, that just changed my whole team. Before, I really didn't like this team. Now, Eckler, Barkley, Wilson, Waddle, Hawkinson, Akers, and Metcalf, as long as I get a good quarterback, I'm actually a pretty good team. That changed everything right there for me. I thought that was really important. Miles Sanders is the next player being bid on. We're going to get to a snake draft level pretty soon here. Ben Barnes adding a 5th running back, I guess. Okay. Ben Barnes, still the deep pocket, so he's going to be able to add his bench as he sees fit. Trevor Lawrence is the next quarterback to go up. Sea-Dog. And Trevor Lawrence is off the board. Ben Barnes next to go. Justin Herbert. And Barnes will have his 2 quarterbacks. Oh, no. Wow, interesting. Frost jumps in there to get him. Ben Barnes comes and swoops it back. There you go. So he just spends a little extra money on it. Interesting. My turn to nominate. I need a quarterback. I'll take Deshaun Watson unless anybody bids on him. Maybe someone will take him. I don't know. Okay, I have my starting lineup. Watson, Eckler, Barkley, Wilson, Waddle, and Hawkinson. Not bad, actually. Not bad. Joe Mixon, the next player who's been nominated. By the way, notice that Team 1 still doesn't have a running back. Yikes. Yikes. Lawrence for $2 is the steal. Don't know why you didn't get him. I didn't have the money. Jorge, I didn't have the money to bid on him. You had to. It was a $2 bid. I had the max of 1. That's the position I'm in, so I couldn't even get him if I wanted to. Kenneth Walker III. Looks like Jorge is going to be the next one there. Bobby Jr. nominating now. Bobby Jr. is going Darren Waller. A few teams bidding. Oof. Can't go any faster on the bidding time. Otherwise, I would. Or on the, yeah. Drake London, next to go. Frost steals it for an extra $1, extra $2. I mean, that's the game, everybody. Sea-Dog ends up getting him back and has another wide receiver. There you go. Working our way through this auction draft. Yep, IP Shade 45. This is an auction draft. You got it right. I had a much different strategy with this auction draft, IP Shade 45. I ended up spending my money early. I got lucky. Hawkinson fell to me. I got Deshaun Watson. Not a bad team overall now. DeAndre Swift goes next. Frost. We're going to move this nominating time down to 10 seconds, everybody. So get your nominations ready in a hurry. You won't have a lot of time to nominate from now on. Okay? So nominating time is going to be 10 seconds. So you got to be quick on it. That way we can speed this along. Frost is going to go with Terry McLaurin. He got him. Ben is the next one. Only 10 seconds to nominate, so you got to be quick on the nominations. DJ Moore. Frost bids. Ben Barnes over. He's got it. Ben Barnes wants him. He's going to get him. He's got the deep pocket. Next one. I'll take Dalvin Cook if I can get him. I don't think I will, though. I think someone will bid on him. Yep, Frost did. So I'm out. Didn't get him. I'm going to have to wait. I have to build my entire bench on what will be a snake draft. Dameon Pierce. And Frost is going to get Dameon Pierce as well. He's just deep enough on the pocket. He just has enough capital. Jerry Jeudy goes next. Wow, George Kittle's going to end up going for $2, everybody. $3. Just tells you auction drafts are a bizarre situation. They are a crazy draft. George Kittle is going to end up going for, what, $5, $6? Like, nuts. That's George Kittle going for $6. Now, the one good thing is Ben Barnes is out of picks, other than kicker and defense. So even while being the deep pocket, he can't create any more havoc. Frost is getting close to that situation as well. Getting closer to that auction draft situation. Or to that snake draft situation. Godwin goes next. Let's see if Frost nominates a kicker or a defense now. We're almost at that point where kicker and defense makes sense. Michael Pittman, okay. No one can bid right now. Only Bobby Jr. has more than $1. Bobby Jr., Jorge, and Ben. But Ben can't bid. He only has kicker and defense to go. Ben goes with Harrison Butker. Wow, Frost just being a total POS. I'll go Carlson. Dylan Carlson. Let's see if anyone overbids for him. Nope, I got him. Madison. By the way, notice how Frost is just being like an auction draft terrorist towards the end? Did you rant about Eduardo Rodriguez and the Tigers? Yeah, I did earlier in the show, IP Shade 45. I thought it was like the strongest, weakest move of all time. Strong because he said he didn't want to go. Weak because he didn't want to go compete for a championship with the Dodgers. Bobby Jr. next to go. Evan Ingram. Okay, Frost. By the way, what's good is this is Frost's last pick outside of kicker and defense, so he can stop doing this. He gets Evan Ingram. That's that. Sea-Dog has Tyler Lockett. This is going to go pretty fast from now on. Not too many people can do the bidding. Oh, can Frost still do that? I didn't think Frost had another spot. Oh, apparently he had one more. Oh, it just means he can't get a kicker or a defense now. Okay. Okay. In being a auction draft terrorist, it backfires. Love it. Love to see that. Who's Frost going to go with now? This is his last pick. This is it. So as long as no one bids on him, whoever he goes with now, that's it. He'll go Tyler Bass. Frost will be the first one out. Overall, a strong team. I thought he got pretty stupid at the end. I didn't get McLaurin. Didn't understand Michael Pittman. But, okay, he just started bidding kind of crazy at the end. Love the starting lineup, though. I think Frost's starting lineup is one of the strongest. Ben Barnes going with the Eagles' defense. That's a good pick. And Ben Barnes is done with his draft. Ben's done a nice job. Defense, I'll go with the Jets' defense. Ben Barnes is done. Frost is done. But Fumble Sports, we have our starting lineup. Pretty good team, actually, all things considered. Rashad White. Everyone now is pretty much going just like a snake draft. Who you nominate, who you're going to end up drafting. Mike Evans goes to Team 2. I guess Jorge the GOAT could cause some chaos. Hollywood Brown goes next. Don't like that pick at all. You guys know I'm not about Hollywood Brown this year. Christian Kirk. Sea-Dog goes there. Jorge. My turn to nominate someone. I'm going to go with a running back. I'll go Pacheco. Wow, Jorge stole Pacheco from me. Okay, Jorge. I see how it is. Jorge's got a good team. Ben's got a good team. I think Frost has a good team. I think my team's okay. I think Bobby Jr.'s got a decent team as well. Williams goes next. Pickens now on the clock. Can't speed this up any faster. Wish I could. But we're learning a lot about the discounts that are available. IP Shade, yeah, it's cutthroat in here. It's why you do have to save some money. David Njoku goes next. Next player I'm looking at is a tight end as well. I'll go with Dalton Kincaid. See if I can get him. And I do. Okay. I really like my team. It's just not what I thought I'd come out with. Watson, Eckler, Barkley, Wilson, Waddle, Hawkinson, Akers, Metcalf, Carlson, Jets defense, and Dalton Kincaid. Not bad. I don't think I'm the best team in out of this draft, but I certainly don't think I'm the worst. Mike, first ever auction draft. Nice job. Still more to learn, but we're all learning here. Next player to go, James Cook. Bobby Jr. is going to get James Cook. Jorge the GOAT only needs a kicker and a defense now. Frost is done. Ben Barnes is done. Fryermuth's going to go to Sea-Dog. This will go pretty quick now. Jorge the GOAT looking at kicker, looking at defense. He goes Cowboys defense. I'm going to look towards the second defense. I'm going to get the Bills defense. So I'll have two defenses. I'll play the Jets sometimes. I'll play the Bills sometimes. Not bad. A.J. Dillon going next. Team 2 is going to go Dotson. Dotson is gone. Bobby Jr. nominates Tyler Higbee. Wow, surprise. Not who I would have gone with. I'm not about Tyler Higbee at all this year. I know he's had decent stats with Stafford, but yikes. David Montgomery, the next to go. Jorge the GOAT, by the way, only has his kicker remaining, so he's pretty much out of the draft as well. It's going to become just the last four. Jorge the GOAT goes with a kicker. Here you go, Brandon McManus. Nice. I'm going to go with a wide receiver, and I'll go with Brandon Cooks. Tua goes. Prescott goes. Bobby Jr. to nominate someone. He's only got 3 picks left. Kicker, 2 other spots, he goes kicker. Tony goes. I'll take Zay Flowers. You guys know I love that. So now it becomes that snake draft. Final few picks here. Michael Thomas. Bobby Jr. goes Sky Moore. Aaron Rodgers goes. My last pick is going to be Charbonnet. So that's our auction draft, everybody. Bobby Jr.'s last pick. Sea-Dog go. Finally, some defenses. Steelers in the last pick. Oh, that was it. Steelers was the last one. Okay, let's go team by team. Evaluate what we thought of them. Team 1, it's an auto-drafting team, so they overspent on Kupp, overspent on Devontae Adams, has a ton of wide receiver talent, but not great. Team 2, again, auto-drafting team, looks better on paper. I don't like it as much, actually. It's okay, not great. Bobby Jr., I think his starting lineup is strong outside of Higbee. Really don't like that one. The bench is okay. Might have reached on the 49ers. $6 on a defense. That was a mistake. Sea-Dog, really liked the starting lineup. Thought he reached a little early on Tucker. $5 on a kicker. That's a mistake. Didn't need to do that. Do like the bench a little bit, though, especially wide receivers. Jorge the GOAT. Okay starting lineup. Like it. I think Walker is a weak choice for number 2 running back, but for $7, not bad. Overall, a good starting lineup. Bench is pretty good. I like that Pacheco, Smith and Jigba, and Njoku combination. Frost didn't get a defense, loses out on that. Was just kind of bidding randomly at times. Like the starting lineup. Don't like the overall strategy to the team. Just kind of lost its way. Yeah, I like the tight end combination, but think it's a really good starting lineup, though. Ben Barnes did a really good job holding on to his capital, was able to build a really good starting lineup and a really good bench. Think Ben Barnes has one of the stronger teams. And myself went outside of my comfort zone, bid high on the 2 running backs in my starting lineup and the 2 wide receivers. I got lucky with Hawkinson at $6 later, Metcalf at $8. Overall, the bench is okay. I would give the team about a B+, but certainly think I can do better. That is our mock draft for today, August 2nd. If you guys want to participate in our mock draft, we will do one every single day. So make sure you guys join us, Fumble Sports, on TikTok, YouTube, Twitch, and Kick. That's our mock draft for the day, everybody. Hopefully you guys